So the main theme is questions. The main theme is questions, and it's asking why. Why? Why do we want to do certain things? It's a $12,000 lesson that I learned earlier this year. It was a segment, it was actually a 4-day seminar that I attended. And I'm going to sum up the 4 days of content. Those were 10 to 12-hour days, every single day. Actually, they were pretty well all 12s. I think there were 3 12s and 1 10. So they were long, full days. And the core takeaway that has shaped this presentation, it's shaped the last couple I've given since that workshop, was smart people have better answers, but geniuses ask better questions. Well, I would like to move to genius level, so I'm trying to just rephrase everything as a question. Questions, questions, questions. As I say, it was a very powerful lesson in thinking about how many times I've gotten up and delivered a presentation and made statements when really I should have been asking questions, a lot more questions. And the other piece I want to touch on in the intro here is Rob, Rob's role. So we got the Rob cam set up. We can go live to Rob. Rob's role, more than anything, is to just keep me in line, right? Just
my tongue's bleeding already. Can everybody hear me? I'm like, literally the blood is falling down my face because I'm trying not to interrupt you. It's so awesome to be here. It's so awesome to see so many people here already, bright and early. I'm so pumped. I have to clean up the language too, so I'm going to be really mindful of the language.
Well, and then I can just come over and sit down and
I
can jump into the Rob cam because I couldn't stand being off camera that long.
Little drink, and now we're going to look at each other and look at the red light. This is awesome. This is I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited that so many people are here to learn.
A big part of the reason Rob's here, a big part of it was actually that $12,000 workshop I did, where they had the option to attend live or the option to attend through Zoom. And due to circumstances, I attended through Zoom, and they had a Zoom moderator in there. They had a moderator in there dealing with the chat, dealing with questions, and I thought, shit, there it is, 14A. Okay.
Let the record show the first word, the first foul word came from D. Dizzle.
And it only took 15 slides. That's okay. We'll try and keep the language as clean as we can. As I've been told by my therapist, cursing is an emotional response. So it's just that I got a lot of emotion, buddy.
I respond a lot in everyday life.
Because I asked Rob if he would swoop in through Zoom and be the moderator, and he said, well, I'd sooner swoop into Vancouver and be the moderator. And so he demanded, a bowl of green Skittles at the Shangri-La penthouse and all the rest of it. But we accommodated him and we got him here. I can't thank you enough for being here, man.
Thank you for having me here.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll see where this all goes, because it is all unscripted, heavily unscripted. So here we go. So what we will do today, okay, we're going to take a little pause. If you do have a pen in your hand, I'm going to say, put that ballpoint down. Ballpoints are for no, okay, some of you know where I was going with that. If you do, circa 71. Put the pen down for a sec. The next 3 slides, I just want you to sit back and just kind of absorb a little bit. There's a little bit of a warm-up. Just relax and take it in, all right? They're a little bit of a laundry list, but we're going to work through them. So what we won't do, oh, look at that. We won't curse. Okay, see, I already had a maybe in there. Maybe we won't curse. We're not going to review how to read a credit report. We're not going to review how to underwrite a file because, well, actually, we'll drop a link in the chat to Jill Mollering's underwriting course. If you want to learn how to underwrite a file in detail currently, right now, watch for a link to pop up in the chat shortly to Jill's course. We're not going to go super deep into how to underwrite business for self files because, well, Denise Laframboise has got a fantastic course they've put together as well. So again, we'll drop a link to the chat, or pardon me, a link in the chat to that course as well. Those ones go really deep into the weeds of actually underwriting a file, actually working with business for self clients, and that's great. We've got a lot more around mindset, goal setting, scripting, dealing with clients who are stressed out, dealing with your own stress levels, that sort of thing. And I'm going to do my best to not make assumptive statements, which is something none of us should really be doing, right? I'm not going to assume that all of you want to do $100 million a year. In fact, that's a huge part of the reason I brought Rob in, because I can get a little, Mr. Hyde crazy with, everybody should work 90 hours a week, and that's not how I mean to come across. Whereas Rob, yeah, see, no, not so much, right?
I mean, We're going to learn so much stuff today, and there's so much information packed over the next 3 days. With a little hard work and dedication and focus, you can get to 100 million, but
do you want it?
do you want to? Do you want to? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. And that's the reality. Not everybody wants to get to that level, but everybody would like to maybe just get like a couple of notches better. And that's a big part of the conversations Rob and I have had. It's, you know, you're there, you're in the business, you know what you need to do, but you're not really doing it. And why is that? And maybe there's valid reasons. So here's 20 questions for you. And we're going to answer these through the course of the next several hours together. I wanted to say a few hours, but it's more than a few hours, isn't it? Are you on social media? Do you know which platforms matter? Do you advertise? Have you got a list of former clients? Do you keep your own books? And when I say a list of former clients, I don't just mean past mortgage clients. I mean, do you have a list of past clients from past businesses? It's one of the biggest mistakes new people make coming into the broker industry is they just forget about everyone they ever worked with previously, which is a real miss. Are you keeping your own books? Do you know your net worth today? Do you have a plan for your business? Do you have a plan for your life? Who knows that you're a mortgage broker? Who knows and yet does not use you? Why? Why don't they use you? Who knows and does not refer you? Why? Like family and friends, we don't need to actually work with family and friends, but boy, it'd be nice to have them as referral partners, wouldn't it? Can we fix this? Absolutely, we can fix this. Do you know who to call? When you hear someone saying, make your calls, do you know who to call? Do you know when to call? And do you know what to ask when you actually call them, when they pick up the phone? Are you prepared for a voicemail? Do you have a script all ironed out for that voicemail? It's a pretty critical piece. And are you prepared for a live response? Isn't that the worst when you're making actual calls? Ring, ring, and then they pick up and answer. Gah! You actually have to talk to the person. And are you prepared for the rejection when they do pick up the phone? And of course, the reality is you're only going to get rejected like 1 in 100 times, but it doesn't matter. That 1 in 100 cuts deep and it sticks with you. And then the key question that you're the only person that can answer, really, is are you willing to do what they won't to go where they don't? And that question I picked up from Sandro Mariotti. I think it's a fantastic question. Sandro's a fantastic broker. So tuned in, man. Thank you for that one. Are you willing to do what they won't to go where they don't? I think it's kind of the pivotal question of the day. And if you're not willing to do it, what are we talking about here?